Hi, welcome to another beautiful episode of 101 Priscilla. I am Priscilla Rents. On today's episode, we'll be looking at how to take care of your older ones at home. Yes, a lot of these people need help. We don't know. Most of them are going through a lot of challenges right now. A lot of them don't have partners, they don't have spouses anymore, widowers. How are they able to cope? And most of them, their children are far away. How are they able to cope with their loneliness at home? Yes! On today's episode, we have a beautiful guest, a distinguished former senator of Enugu North Senatorial District that served in 2007, is currently the president of Coalition for the Rights of Older Persons in Nigeria, Costropin. Yes, he'll be talking to us on how they've been able to take care of the elderly ones, medically in all ramifications, their role in taking care of elderly ones, and how the government is also working alongside with them. Yes, that is what we'll be talking about today. So if you have older persons at home and you don't know how to go about taking care of them health-wise, medically, this is the episode to watch. But before we meet our guests, we'll go for the short break, and when we return, we meet my guest. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is 101 Priscilla, and with me is distinguished Senator Eze Ajoku. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
I'm so glad to have you here, sir.
Thanks.
Okay, we want to talk about your NGO. How did you come about it? How did you start?
Okay, my initial NGO, which is a member of the coalition, is called Graceful Aging Fellowship,
Right.
GRAF. It's popularly known as GRAF more than the full name. But I left Senate in 2007,
Right.
and in 2009 I had a sickness experience because I've been diabetic since 1970.
Wow.
Right, so it was so bad that I had to go and see a doctor. And the doctor told me that I needed a lifestyle change. I said, what does that mean? You know, before 2009, the social media was not yet so active. So words like aging gracefully, all those stuff were not a common word around here. So when he said I needed a lifestyle change, can you imagine me at that age? I was 62 years old, and I said, what is the meaning of a lifestyle change? Oh, he now broke it down,
What year was that?
2009, 2009.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So we now talked about eating right, exercising, relationship with God, which at that time I had a relationship with God, but I was not exercising and I wasn't mindful of what I ate. The food you eat must be a healing food, not poisonous food.
Right.
That's why junks destroy the body, and eating right is what you need. So at that time, Hallelujah diet was in vogue, meaning that you should eat. Hallelujah concept was that you should eat 80% of your food raw and only 20% cooked food.
Wow.
After we discussed, I said, remember that my wife is the one who puts food on my table. Whatever she puts on my table, I'll eat. So I said, wait, let me go and bring my wife. Because, when you are very sick, you will do whatever your doctor tells you to do.
Right.
So my wife came, went through his menu and all that. And then, because he said I must start exercising, I went and hired a coach to come to my house 3 times a week. Since he said I must exercise at least 3 days in a week. I started exercising, and of course I had a faith-based life. When we started doing those things, it started working for me. I started amending, and then I felt that God was leading me to share what I have learned. In fact, the impression was so much on me that I told my pastor that I feel God is asking me to share with my age mates whatever I have learned that has made me healthy and strong now. And I got permission from my pastor to speak to those in my church. There were not many 62-year-olds. I shared with them what I have been doing, how I've become more healthy, and they bought into it. We met once or twice in the church. It was even in the church we said we would call it Graceful Aging Fellowship. But after a while, my spirit also said, no, don't domicile this in the church, take it out. So I now launched it formally, and the church agreed. I took it out, went and registered it as an NGO, targeting people who were 50 years and above initially.
Wow.
It became a place for a lot of older persons to come, exercise. We got people to teach on what to eat. We got doctors to teach us about different sicknesses and different parts of our body, and we still do that up to now. The last Saturday of every month, we have a teaching ministry. Doctors, dietitians, anybody who has something to offer older person will come and speak. It's our teaching session, and after that we have a breakfast. So this continued. We now felt that no, those of us who are old are doing maintenance, health maintenance. We can take it to the next stage of preventive.
Right.
So we opened our doors to younger people.
Right.
So today in Graph is intergenerational. We have children, we have youths, we have old people, and they all come. When we exercise, we're always about 60 or
so do you just get the old people from the church?
No, we don't use the old people from the church now.
General.
We have been known that elderly people now come.
So is there a house for those ones that don't have a place to stay?
We are not doing a care home.
Right.
What we are doing is providing them resources wherever they live, whoever they live with, teaching them what they should do so that they can conform to healthy lifestyle.
Right. What are the challenges you've faced so far?
Well, we've been blessed that we've been able to fund whatever we've been doing. But you know, the problem is there's a limited number of older persons who can come to your show or program.
Right.
You know, so what we did during our 60th anniversary was to invite all the NGOs working with older persons. You know, especially in Abuja. We invited them, and there we spoke to them about the need for us to form a synergy so that all of us can be working together and also pushing towards government to do things for older persons.
Right. So you have the government assisting.
No, so what we did was to form the coalition. That's how the Coalition of Societies for the Rights of Older Persons came about.
Right.
We started with 13 NGOs that came together, and today we're about 100 and almost 120.
Wow.
And we've achieved a lot for older persons.
Wow.
We've achieved a lot for them. Last Thursday, a committee which government set up on the provision of health insurance, we submitted our report to the Honorable Minister last Thursday, and it was very impressive in the sense that we have looked at multiple sources by which health insurance for older persons, all older persons, no matter where they are, can be funded for. Right. We've also come out with a bill on the rights and privileges of older persons in Nigeria. We sat in our office and wrote that bill. And we gave it to a senator who put it into the National Assembly. It's been passed by Senate, it's been passed by the House. That bill has been transmitted since early last month to the President. and we are waiting for him to approve it. And once he approves it, it means that there's now legal protection for older persons, which hitherto has not been there. We also work with other stakeholders to develop the national policy on aging. And we also work with other older persons, other groups, stakeholders, to advocate initially for a commission. But when the bill was passed, it became a senior citizen center. So the president signed that bill in 2017. But last year, we had to resurrect the bill. I went to the minister and said, look, this bill had been passed in the interest of older persons, please implement it. And with that, we're able to get the minister to set up the board of the National Senior Citizen Center, to which Costropin also is a member of that board in view of our contribution. So today, we now have an agency that should be looking after older persons, called the National Senior Citizen Center, which is domiciled in Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social. So that's quite some things we've achieved for them.
One of the criteria, if I have an older person that I want to bring down, what are the things I need to do?
Now, if you have an older person, it depends on what you want to do with the older person.
Right.
One, if you want the older person to know how to live right, which is what we do, we teach you healthy aging, how I can look after myself in the absence of anybody. Then you bring the person to graph. But if it's an older person that is resident somewhere and has issues, there are some of our members who have nursing centers, the care centers. There are those who come to your house to look after you, but you have to pay them. There are one or two of them who have care homes where you can drop your older persons, and then you pay monthly for their care. We have other NGOs that are reaching out, coming regularly to older persons to support their activities. For example, one of the programs we have, which we are trying to scale up by looking for funding, is called Older Persons Hangout. Older persons naturally are isolated.
Right.
My mother is going to be 104. Some people are 90, they are no longer working, some are 80. What do? They wake up in the morning, they eat, they start watching TV. Okay, you all leave them at home if they are with you. You go to work, you come back in the evening. When you come back, you're on your phone. You don't have time for them. You're not talking with anybody. So we find that isolating older persons, is a killer. Because what do you want them to do? They'll just be thinking. When you have nothing doing, that's why they say the idle man is a workshop for the devil. So when they are not busy, not interacting, not socializing, they become sick, they become more sickly. So the hangout is to bring them out to socialize with people, to interact with older persons, pending when we can get government to build, a daycare center where old people can come, stay in the day, recreate, there'll be clinic, there'll be restaurant, they recreate, and evening they go back home. And when you do that,
recreation center.
Yes, when older persons are able to socialize and interact, they will be more healthy and they will live longer for us.
A lot of people have NGOs, and I personally know a friend of mine that had an NGO, but I don't know what happened along the line. I think one of our major problems was funding. Funding
has been a problem for all the NGOs working with older persons. Remember that older persons have been included even in every country, except in developed countries where they've taken care of their older persons. In Africa, and particularly in Nigeria, older persons are abandoned from the day they retire, even if they work for government. The very day they retire from government at 60, their health insurance is cut off. No allowances, no payment until 2 years after. So in Nigeria, older persons are completely abandoned. So you find it generally that older persons are not included in any governmental developmental plans or initiative. So funding for older persons' issues has not been very, very common. Costropin, with its members, this is about 6 years, we have never received any funding for all our programs. And we've done great programs funded by us, those older persons who are able to fund it. So we've done quite a lot in funding some of these programs. You may be giving them everything, but try and talk to them. During the COVID, Costropin were sending, credit to the older persons who have their numbers, so that they can be talking to people and they will not be left lonely. So we find that the care of older persons will continue for the future until a lot has been done by government. So our work is not over, because even when they've been given this health insurance, the question you ask yourself is that where will they take advantage of it? Most older persons are in the rural areas, and in the rural areas there are no health centers that are working, no health facilities. Then they have to travel a long way to get it. We are going to continue to advocate that government should make health accessible for older persons around them.
That's a lot of work. You're doing so great, sir.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you
a lot of people don't know that loneliness alone can cause a lot of sickness.
It does.
Because you start thinking.
Yes.
You start thinking of things that are irrelevant.
That's true.
Thank you so much.
It affects your mental health.
Right.
And mental health has become a national issue, which we need to begin to address.
And a lot of them don't even have. A lot of them are widowers and widows.
Yes.
And they don't have partners.
Yes.
Their children are outside.
Yes.
They're just alone. You're doing a good job, sir. Thank you so much for being a part of One-on-One, Priscilla.
Thank you.
I am so excited to have you on the show. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
Well, I'm glad to be here, Priscilla. You're also doing a very, very good job letting people know what's going around, and I'm happy here to talk about my passion, and care of older persons has become my passion. Not because I'm an older person myself, not because my mother is an older person, but the magnitude of neglect and abandonment is too much in Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Every guest that comes on the show goes back home with a gift. This is from our major sponsor, Professional Real Estate Group. I present this gift to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful for this gift. This is lovely. I wasn't expecting you to, but I received it.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Become an apartment owner with as little as 2.5 million naira in Ibeju-Lekki. Invest in own-to-rent apartments at Perfection Estate in Ibeju-Lekki. This is your own gateway to passive monthly rental income. Start making money while you sleep. The own-to-rent real estate investment opportunity is a product of innovation from the stable of Perfection Real Estate Group, and it's aimed at helping you create your own pathway to financial freedom with ease. For more information, please click the link below.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. D. Adeleye. If you are interested in the subject matter that has to do with making money, changing your economic fortunes, and rewriting your financial story for you and your family, then pay attention to this. The 21st century global economy has brought about a lot of disruption in the way of our thinking and doing so many things. And if you don't understand the flow, the tendency is that you will get lost and suffer financially. This is the era where knowledge plays a lot of prominent role in your ability to stay afloat financially. And that is why I have the pleasure and excitement to invite you to our upcoming event known as the High Net Worth Individuals Conference 2.0. Now, irrespective of who you are, your profession, your occupation, and the industry you operate in, this conference is very, very relevant to you as long as you are interested in making money, investing money, growing and multiplying your wealth. Then, of course, you have to be in attendance. Study has shown that the common traits of all high net worth individuals globally is that, of course, they make a lot of money, and of course, they have the habit of investing a lot of money. They also grow and multiply their money through various medium, and that is exactly what awaits you, if you attend the High Net Worth Individuals Conference 2.0. Now, at the High Net Worth Individuals Conference 2.0, you will get to mix and network with other high net worth individuals who will be willing to share with you knowledge, opportunities, and the platform to start making money, investing your money, growing and multiplying your money, acquire real estate, and other income generating assets. That is the kind of things you'll be hearing at the conference. Secondly, you will also be shown the way to start acquiring real estate with digital assets, blockchain digital assets such as cryptocurrencies and the likes. And of course, you will also be shown how to start investing in the Dubai lucrative real estate market that gives you a lot of return on investment, but you can start with little capital. Then, of course, we also give you free membership of our Real Estate Wealth Club. For your information, our Wealth Club already has a membership strength of about 1,000 with a net real estate asset of over 10 billion naira. These are the people that you will come and meet and mix with, and will share with you knowledge of how you can start making money, growing your money, multiplying it, and of course to the tipping point of also being classified as a high net worth individual. Now, of course, click the button attached to this video to register your interest in attending the High Net Worth Individuals Conference. Mind you, you can attend both physically and online. So click the link below so that you will have your data, and then of course we'll get back to you to give you more information. My name is Dr. Eze Ajoku. I'm a real estate investment and wealth coach, and I run a real estate clinic known as Perfection Real Estate Group, where our vision is to empower people through real estate. And of course, under our empowerment platform, we have an objective to raise 1 million high net worth individuals between now and the year 2030. And that is the utmost reason why we hold this conference from time to time, so that of course you can come and be exposed to the knowledge of the 21st century, how to think and do things in this our era of disruptive thinking. Then of course a lot of things that will help to change your economic fortune. So once again, register your interest on the link attached to this video, and I will see you on the other side. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.
Wow, it's been an interesting episode. It's been an interesting show today. Hope you've learned how to take care of your elderly ones at home. If you need help, an assistant to take care of your older persons at home, all you need to do is to visit the website, or you call the number displayed on the screen. And I hope you also learned how to make money with Perfection Real Estate Group, the second segment, the making money part. I know you love money. Don't forget to follow all our social media handles. We are Priscilla Media _ channel on Instagram, Priscilla Media on Facebook, PIB on LinkedIn, PIB on Twitter, Priscilla Media on Pinterest. We are everywhere you go. Until I come your way again, do have a fabulous day. I remain Priscilla Rents. Bye.